are you with this transitional Manchester United under Erik ten Hag?
They are already for a long time in a transition, and it's been difficult for Man United. The problem with Man United is facing is that in the time when Ferguson was there, they were the club with the most money.
Helped the team to win the game, and buzzing because it was a good goal. Yeah.
Well, as I say, you don't get too many of them. I mean, what was it like receiving the ball, the feeling when it went in?
It's a good feeling. I mean, I think the keeper still touches the ball, but seeing the crowd behind the goal celebrating was a good moment, a great moment to celebrate with the fans, and obviously happy with the result.
Was that the first thing in your mind, to hit it?
Yeah, obviously. I remember in pre-season I scored a very similar goal, and the memory came to my mind. I was free there, and I tried to do the same, and fortunately I scored. Fortunately I scored.
And Diego, the way the second half was going, how important was that goal to get it?
I think it was important. I mean, we didn't do a fantastic game. First half, I think we could have managed a little bit more. Tactically, we took a few minutes to understand what we should have done without and with the ball. They created some chances. I mean, we scored a goal. After that, we have to control it even a little bit more to not concede the equalizer. But we came to the halftime, and I think we got some details on, and I think the second half was more controlled.
What would you say in the second half? Did you try to speed it up a bit more in respect to passing it, to move them around a little bit more?
Yeah, I think especially to give more switches of the game, because we knew there had a lot of people in the middle of the pitch trying to give the ball to the wide men. Sometimes it was me, sometimes it was Anthony, then Rashi, and then try to underlap. I think we stretched him there a little bit more, even with balls in behind. I remember one or two from Harry, one from Johnny. I think this is the type of things that we need to do when we play against very tight teams, and we knew there was going to be a difficult game today. They have a great atmosphere with their fans, but like I said, I think we find a way to win, and that's the most important.
And there you go. Finally, obviously a very emotional day for everyone connected with Manchester United with the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton. We heard Scott McTominay say for Sir Bobby, was that the sort of feeling in the dressing room beforehand?
Yeah, I think it was the best contribution that we could have to the family, to Sir Bobby's family. I mean, I just remember as soon as I came to this club, he would come to the games, after the games, whether we won it or lose it. He was always there supporting us, give us that energy as the legend that he is. And it's a sad day for the club, sad day for the United family, but I think we gave at least a bit of joy to the family with these 3 points, and celebrated together on after the second goal. I think the atmosphere of the fans was incredible.
Very well said, Diego. Well done today. Thank you very much indeed for joining.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Diogo, Harry, it's been a really sad day with the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton, playing on the minds of both of you, I imagine, and the rest of the team here at Sheffield United. What memories do you have of him first, Harry?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it's like you said, it's a really sad day. We obviously found out this afternoon, and preparing for a game, it is hard. So Bobby came into the changing room a lot after games, and he lit the place up, and everyone, you could see his aura that he brought to the dressing room, and the amount of respect that the lads and the staff and the club have for him. He's an absolute legend of this club, and he's a legend of football, and our thoughts go out to his family. And yeah, we're obviously delighted to win the game tonight, but this is more than football, and yeah, our thoughts were Sir Bobby and his family.
He was a hero to so many, to millions of people. What kind of things did he say to you then?
Yeah, I think, like I said, he just always coming in the changing room, and to be fair to him, he always come in when we won or lost, so it wasn't one of them where he just come in after we won games, but his presence was really felt within the dressing room, and you always see him around the club. He's been a great ambassador for the club since he's retired from football, and listen, we'll miss him. Of course, the world will miss him. He's a great person, an amazing footballer, but like I said, more importantly, an amazing person. So, yeah, like I said, our thoughts are out with him.
Diogo, Harry was saying you could feel his presence with you within that team tonight. Could you feel him when you scored that goal, the winner?
Yeah, obviously, I think when we came to the game, we obviously wanted to contribute a little bit more. We know that's not easy to contribute the family of Sir Bobby Charlton, but I think with the win, we give a little bit of joy for a sad day, like you said, and like we said, and we are just happy with the win. I think we deserve it, and in the end, we are happy with it.
It was some strike from you.
Yeah, that was a good goal, yeah.
And when the ball hit the back of the net, immediately you could hear your fans singing, "There's only one Bobby Charlton."
Yeah, I think that, like I said, this is the contribution that we could have today and we could give today to the family. We are one family as United, and we are all united in days like this. We suffer together. When we win, we celebrate together, and we celebrate on the pitch.
Harry, you know, as your former club, how difficult a place it is to come to Bramall Lane. You had to turn it around to get those 3 points. They made that difficult for you.
Yeah, definitely. I knew coming here, I reiterated to the lads before the game that it was going to be tough, especially the first 20 minutes. I think the first 20 minutes there was the better team. They caught us by surprise with the way that they was playing and the formation that they was playing. But I felt like we adapted to it after they got the equaliser, and I think the second half we was in real control of the game, and we had a lot of chances. Obviously at the woodwork a couple of times. Listen, I know we could play better than we have done tonight, for sure. It wasn't a perfect performance, but it's an important win. You've seen big teams come here, and big teams have played Sheffield United this season, and they've always been tight games, obviously, apart from the Newcastle last one. But yeah, we know it's a difficult place to come. We're delighted with the win, and yeah, we move on now.
Back-to-back Premier League wins, back-to-back for you Premier League starts. Diogo, can you do the honours? Harry, your player of the match.
Of course, well deserved.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
What's interesting about Harry Maguire in particular, Jamie, is that he has this difficult relationship with supporters. He's had stick at Man United, he's had a stick at England particularly, and yet he's won 15 of the last games of the last 16 games in which he's started. What do you make of the criticism around him, the performance tonight in the sort of aftermath of that, and the way that he's dealt with it?
I think, as a professional, I think he's been treated disgracefully by football fans. You know, everywhere he's gone, even his own fans, England fans, been ridiculed. It's not fair. You know, the guy shows you there he's an important player. Of course, he's made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I look at some of the other players that might make a mistake. They're playing for Man United. They don't get a quarter of the stick that he makes. But if Harry Maguire does it, it becomes a meme. Everyone starts talking about it, and it's completely unfair. And you can see when he does play that he does make a difference. Do I think long term that he's going to be the answer for Man United? No, I actually don't. I genuinely mean that. And he's been in great form of late and playing in his games. But I think he might have to make his way again somewhere else. But I still, even for whatever reason, he doesn't deserve the criticism. It's been massively below the belt and disgraceful at times.
And in fairness, as much as there's been a lot of criticism, there has also been a lot of support, particularly from Manchester United fans. And then in the last round of games, quite a lot of support from England fans as well. You're part of the setup,
yeah,
Jimmy.
And deservedly so. I must say it's a pleasure to work with him. The boy is always ready to work. He's always ready to give his all. Never lets us down. You know, I knew today what kind of performance you were going to get of him. You know, honest performance. He wants to do extra work. He's one of the bravest players I know, because he always takes the ball and he always takes his responsibility. You know, as Jamie said, yeah, players make mistakes, but he's not shying away from them. You know, and how people treat sometimes footballer and especially him, it's not right. It's not right. And I'm happy that he had a really good performance today and won the man of the match, and he deserves it.
Another player who's been having good performances for Manchester United of late, and in fact has scored in back-to-back Premier League games, is Scott McTominay. Follows on from those two late goals against Brentford before the break with the opener in this one.
He's alive all the time, Kelly. You can see the positions he takes up. He's trying to get in the box, and I think when you're an attacking midfield player or any kind of midfield player, you get a taste for it. It happened for him at Scotland, where he scored important goals, and again Man United scoring the two when he came on a few weeks ago. And that just shows you that when you get that sense, that little bit of luck, things fall your way. He takes it's a difficult one. He takes it well there. His touch is good, keeps his eye on it, keeps it down. bobbles into the corner. But you know what? They don't care. And that's so important for him. He keeps his numbers going. I mean, Jimmy, you score plenty of those bobblers.
Oh, I take them every day of the week.
Love them.
You know, I love them. Those are the ones that you really appreciate because you don't get a lot of them during the season, you know, and every goal is important. 1-0 he's making, and it's a scruffy one, but it's very important, and off they go, you know. So, no, I love these kind of goals.
It's interesting that he's another player who's perhaps at times been underappreciated. That isn't a spectacular, flashy player, but is a player who can be extremely effective.
Yeah, I liken him a little bit to Sean Longstaff at Newcastle. Now, Newcastle at the start of the year, they left him out. They thought they could do a little bit better. They bring in Tonali, they try with Guimaraes, and they look and think, our midfield might be a little bit, maybe sexier. We could bring in players that just have a bit more quality, but you miss him. Then you bring in Longstaff, and you see what he brings, the goals he scored again today. Newcastle's results have just gone through the roof since he came back in the team. It's not always about one player, but they can give energy to a team. And he's a very similar one. I felt a bit sorry for him when he was at Man United with Fred. He sort of got tagged into that.
McFred.
Yeah, McFred, and it became a little bit. We'll say what's happened with Harry Maguire. People jump on something, and sometimes people don't even understand what he can bring to the team. He's such an important player. He took his goal well, and he might not be maybe the level of some of the great Man United midfielders of the past, but he certainly knows what he's doing. You can see the goals he's scoring against Spain, the goals he's scoring for Scotland, the goals again today. You know, he's a good footballer.
A good footballer, and while we've given him plenty of praise for his performance tonight, he did give away the penalty. I mean, it's one of these handball decisions that are always contested, Jimmy. Yeah. It's one of the ones that doesn't feel particularly comfortable, but by the letter of the law, is it the right decision?
I think it is. I think it's, if you look back, I think it's a reaction. It's 12 metres away, so he can put his body away, but I think it's in the reaction of him, you know, to just go down. Can I get my chest to the ball? Oh, no, I can't. And his arm goes out. And, yeah,
you just love handballs, Jim, couldn't you? You love handball. You can't get enough of them today.
Well, I want to see goals. You know, I want to see goals. I want to talk to you about goals. How people take penalties.
That one, yeah, I mean, what was it, 12 yards?